Hello, everybody, and welcome to Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. You're tuned in to the Solano College Sports Network for a little bit of fall ball action here. I'm Stosh Samoyda, joined the booth with my broadcast partner, Professor Greg Poff. Poff, how's it going today?
Good, and how exciting is it to have baseball here at Solano Community College in the fall? Usually you talk about baseball in September, you're talking about division races, who's getting into the playoffs, but here at Yarborough Stadium, we got the Solano Community College Falcons taking on the American River Beavers.
And it's going to be a good matchup. Both teams have a loaded roster, over 40 players on each roster to really feel out who's going to make the spring team. So the first pitch from Dylan Dumape is a bit high for a ball, and the leadoff hitter for the Beavers is John Areola. So Areola, freshman out of high school of Davis, California native. They always got a good ball club up there. Second pitch just a hair low, so the count goes 2-0 to Areola.
Dumape, of course, the sophomore now. Pretty decent freshman campaign, 3.46 ERA, 2-6 on the season. Kid out of Rodriguez High School.
And that pitch in there for a strike, count goes 2-1. Yeah, it was Rodriguez. He was the number 2 starter, Rodriguez, behind Jesse Schultens, who went off to the University of Arizona, came home. Now he's playing for the Diablo Valley College, another rival of Solano College. And they actually went toe-to-toe last year, and Dumape edged that one out and got the victory. And that pitch in there for a strike, so the count goes 2-2.
Yeah, usually Solano DVC, they're going to start the actual season, usually that first weekend in February.
And it's always a good matchup between those two teams. Very similar, very aggressive teams. That pitch in the dirt, full count.
Areola, good size at the plate. Big right-handed hitter. Wears number 22. You'll also see him out in left field. And for both these squads, I mean, a lot of kids trying to make the team. This is really the equivalent of what we might see in spring training for Major League Baseball. As you said at the start of the broadcast, Solano, 40-some kids, got to get down to 30 by the end of this semester.
And this one's chopped over to Rubalcaba. He gloves it, throws it over to first for out number 1, and that's the way the game starts. So good job by Rubalcaba. It seems like he hasn't missed a beat since last spring.
Oh, Rubalcaba, one of the best defensive shortstops in the Bay Valley Conference, and we really owe Rubalcaba an apology. How he didn't make it into our top 10 plays for SCSN last year is beyond me. He had a couple web gems last year, and you'll see that at shortstop. That's a position you don't have to worry about for the Solano Community College Falcons.
Yeah, a lot of great shortstops have come through this program. Swing and a miss from Steven Mercado, the second baseman. The count goes 0-1. And looking around the infield, a lot of young players out there. We have Garland Webster, freshman out of Armio High School, down on third base. Joey Dotson over at second base. Dotson out of American Canyon High School, that new high school, beautiful high school out there.
Dodson also pretty good football player.
Yeah.
He's backup tailback. He backed up Jamon Dodson, who's now playing at Oregon. So backing up a kid who's playing tailback at Oregon, not too shabby. Also a really good defensive back.
That pitch in there for a strike, so the count goes to 1-2.
In fact, talking to Coach Stover, he was talking about how pleased he was with the speed on this team with Dodson at second, Rubalcaba at short. He'd like to see maybe up to 30 stolen bases during the regular season in the spring.
Oh, this one's fisted over to first base, and Bo Siegel is there to make the catch for out number 2. Bo Siegel, a former teammate of mine for the Thompson Cabinetry, for the Fairfield Expos organization. He was my battery mate over at third base, and I guess he made the switch over to first base. He was battling a couple injuries the past couple years, and saw him on campus, and I'm like, hey, what's up? He goes, oh, yeah, I'm playing baseball again. So proud of him to see him still pursuing his dreams.
When it seems like he's been around Solano baseball for the last 5-6 years.
Good left-handed hitter.
Siegel, I think, was part of the 2011 team, maybe. Set out for a couple years, as you said, fighting injuries, and now back trying to make the team.
That pitch just a bit outside for ball 1. Good use of the changeup there by Dumape. He really mixes his pitches well, as we've seen through his whole career here at Solano. And he has really good location on his fastball, high, low, inside, outside. He's a really tough pitcher to hit. And this one's popped up, and Dotson is under it. He calls everybody off and makes the snag. So 1, 2, 3, and we're heading to the bottom of the first.
Bunko, want to join in on this fun game?
Well, now you can. On Saturday, October 18th, Solano Community College is hosting its 6th annual Bunko tournament here in Building 400.
And this year, Bunko goes pink. Our friends have put together this event as a way to raise money for the National Breast Cancer Foundation.
Doors open at 1, but the fun doesn't start until 2. And for the first time ever, the Pink Hills Fire Truck will be on site from 12 to 2 as well. Tickets go for pre-sale, $20 per person and $25 at the door.
So get them quickly. Seating is limited to 250 people. So basically, first come, first served basis. Plus, you get to save $5.
For more information or for tickets, call JJ Eves at 372-2531 or email bunkogoespink@yahoo.com. Bunko!
So top of the first inning here, we have Jake Campbell on the mound for the American River College Beavers. Jake Campbell had a 3.31 ERA with 65 and a third inning pitched last year, so pretty good numbers for him, looking to repeat his success from last year. And going around the infield here, we have Andrew Fuentes down at first, Steven Mercado over at second base, Cameron Bennett, first team Big Eight. At shortstop, Austin Call at third, John Ariola in left, Brandon Raposa in center, and Zach Belantic out in right field. So that's the way the Beavers are lined up today.
So Joey Dodson, freshman out of American Canyon, leading things off here for the Falcons. I already got a nickname for Dodson. Stick, baby. That kid is slim.
Maybe that's where the speed comes from.
Yeah, he can run like the wind. I hope this kid gets on base. We get a chance to see him run.
Second pitch in there for a strike, so the count goes with 1-1 to Dodson.
I'll tell you, he was a tough football player, though. You know, slender but wiry, very scrappy, and he'd put a hit on you. No fear with this kid.
He watches this one right down the heart of the plate, so the count goes 1-2.
Good pitch by Campbell there, just hitting the outside corner.
And that's outside for ball 2. So count goes 2-2. Campbell, 6 foot, 175, so a pretty big kid out on the mound. And this one's fouled down the right field line. It's going to be out of play, so the count stays at 2-2.
Yeah, that was a strike right over the plate, and Dodson just got under it a little bit late, fouls it off, but pretty good pitch to hit.
Yeah, really good two-strike hitting there. You know, you got to protect anything close, just get a bat on it and find a pitch you can hit. Slaps this one foul, stays alive, so the count stays 2-2.
Pretty nice September day, certainly not as warm as it has been, cooled down a little bit of a breeze, certainly not like the wind we'll see when we reach March and April here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
Oh, and he chops this one over the pitcher's head, right to Bennett. Bennett throws it over to first. It's safe, and there's that speed you were talking about, Pop. And Dodson has himself an infield single.
Yeah, and now we'll get a chance to see him on first base. Maybe we'll see the steal sign on. And so Joey Dodson, infield single.
And it brings up Alvaro Rubalcaba, the sophomore shortstop. He led off quite a bit of games last year, pretty good speed, and we know Scott Stover likes to play small ball, so I wouldn't be surprised here to see him try to lay down a bunt.
And Rubalcaba really developed last season, really struggled at the plate early on in the season, but seemed to find his rhythm about halfway through and ended the season strong at shortstop and at the plate.
And pitch out. It's going to be a ball, so the count goes 1-0 as Rubalcaba was squaring around the bunt. And that's the right way to do it. If you're going to sacrifice, show it early, let them know what you're going to do, and execute. You don't need to hide nothing if you're just trying to get the guy over. You know, Rubalcaba was also mentored last year by Bubba Patrick Johnson, the legendary Solano shortstop.
Well, you guys that grew up with him called him Bubba. Those of us who watched him here, we called him Superman. One of the best shortstops we've ever seen here at Solano Community College. But, boy, Rubalcaba with the leather, not far behind defensively, if at all.
And Rubalcaba gets the bunt down. It's a good bunt, and he gets the job done. He's going to get a lot of high fives in the dugout as Dodson makes his way over to second base. So, excellent execution. I know Stover's happy about that one.
Yeah, just got out in front of it, laid down a perfect bunt. And with Dobson and how well he runs, no chance to get the lead runner. American River makes the only play over at first. One down. And now up at the plate, your buddy, longtime Falcon, Bo Siegel.
So let's see if Bo can get something going here and get an RBI in the early part of the game. Yeah, Bo's bulked up a little bit the past couple of years.
Yeah, he does look a little bigger than the last time I saw him.
You know, Stover put some trust in him, let him hit in the 3 holes, so maybe if he makes a team, we can see him there throughout the season. We know Darian Evans, one of the big power hitters here, he has the ankle injury, so he's not playing this fall. Spoke to him before the game. He said he'd be ready to go December, January, start taking the field and whatnot. He chops this one right out in front of the plate. Bo's going to have to try to beat it out. And that's for out number 2.
Yeah, drove that one right into the dirt, right in front of home plate. And because of the rain, not last night, but the night before, kind of stuck, died. A pretty easy play.
And now it brings up the big DH, number 18, Jacob Pawlowski. He had a walk-off hit last year. It was part of our SCSN top plays. If you can go ahead and look at our YouTube page, check those out.
That was against Yuba, I believe.
Runner on the move and hit right up the middle. Hit and run played excellently. And Jacob Pawlowski has himself an RBI single as Dobson comes around to score.
Jacob Pawlowski just got a pitch over the plate up in the zone and just drove it line drive out to center field. Easy for Dodson to scamper home from second. Just like that, Falcons on the board, 1-0.
And that's the start you like to see from this Falcons team. Last year they struggled on scoring runs and getting that big hit. They struggled with runners in scoring position, but that's a bright spot in today's game so far. And that pitch is in there for a strike, and it's Jesse Phipps up at the plate.
Chance to look at one of the new freshmen for the Falcons.
Out of Laguna Creek High School. And that curveball came back in the zone. The umpire called it a strike, so the count goes to 0-2. Good pitch by Jake Campbell there. Pawlowski leading off first. Campbell comes set, throws over, and he gets back safely.
Pawlowski, not much of a threat to run. Big kid. He's about 6'6", probably 235, 240. Also pitched some last year.
Yeah, when I first met him last year in actually your speech class,
that's right.
He was a pitcher, and that's what it is, bread and butter is. But, Stover's utilizing him as a DH and as a first baseman and sometimes outfield. So kind of finding a spot for him to hit in the lineup as he has a big bat. And this one's chopped over to Austin Call. Call scoops it up, throws it over to first for out number 3. The Falcons get one. We're heading to the top of the second. Top of the second inning, Solano up 1-0. Dumapay on the mound with Zach Belantic, the right fielder, up at the plate. The 4-banger for the Beavers here. Getting his first look at Dumapay. Swing and a miss, strike 1. He took a big hack at a high fastball there, and Dumapay just elevated it enough.
Yeah, good velocity there by Dumapay.
And this one's foul back over our heads, so the count goes to 0-2.
And I can pretty much guarantee this next pitch is going to be outside and low. That's the sign coming from Stover to the catcher, out to Dumapay. Even you can see the way he's setting up.
Yeah, you never want to give anything too fat on an 0-2 pitch. You have a pitch to waste, so might as well just pitch it out there, see if he swings. And excellent baseball strategy from Coach Stover.
Yeah, very fundamentally sound baseball program here at Solano.
Oh, this one's hit right up the middle, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So Belantic has himself a single.
Yeah, good job there. Just went with the pitch and just lifted it over the second baseman out into center field.
Yeah, it seemed like his body went ahead, but he did a good job by keeping his hands back, recognizing the pitch, and just coming through and just driving it right up the middle.
So American River with their first base runner of the game here in the top of the second. Solano, of course, able to get a run home in the bottom of the first. Base hit RBI by Jacob Pawlowski. American River trying to answer back here.
Andrew Fuentes, the first baseman, now up at the plate. Dumapay's looking for, trying to get him to strike out a ground ball here. First pitch in there, strike called, so the count goes to 0-1.
Nice movement on that pitch by Dumapay.
Yeah, especially early in the spring, he's pitching very well. This is a good sign to going into spring ball. Hopefully he stays healthy and just keeps working, and he hasn't missed a beat. Oh, good curveball. It is hit foul down the left field line, so the count goes 0-2.
Good job by Fuentes just getting a piece of that one. A lot of movement there by Dumape. And really, when you look at the Solano Falcon pitching, which obviously they struggled last year. That was a real problem for the Falcons. But Dumape and Chris Ross, who really ended up being the ace of the staff by the end of the year, both coming back this year. So good lefty, good righty for the Falcons.
Oh, good pitch, just a bit outside. The count goes to 1-2. Elevated fastball in the high outside corner.
Yeah, Dumape, I think he liked that pitch. He liked that pitch.
You can't get too mad. It's fall ball, so just out here getting your work in. Now, that was springtime. Runner on the move. Curveball throws down to second base, and then, and Belantics beats it out. What a good, strong throw from Andres Quijada.
Andres Quijada.
Quijada.
All the way from Venezuela. Pretty interesting story. Coach Stover obviously never saw him play, but Quijada really interested in coming to the States, playing baseball, sent out some videos to a bunch of community colleges. Stover saw it and said, I kind of like that kid, and we could use some catching.
That's going to be interesting to watch him play this year. Oh, and that ball's ripped right back up the middle. And they're holding him up at third. Good strong throw from Nesakewicz.
How about a sandwich, baby?
That's going to be a fun name to say all year.
And he gets better. He's also going to pitch for the Falcons. Supposed to be a pretty good pitcher as well. Alex Nesakewicz.
So now runner on the corners with Austin Call, the third baseman, coming up to the plate. And Dumape finds himself in the jam with no outs.
So American River in business, trying to knot this game up at 1 apiece. Still nobody out here.
I'm just really impressed by their two-strike hitting. The back-to-back hitters were down on the count, and they just managed a way to get the ball at the middle and drop it in. That pitch is in there for a strike, so the count goes to 0-1. And Dumape is doing a really good job by just pounding the strike zone, getting that first pitch strike. That's always key. If you throw the first pitch strike, that's the most important pitch you could throw, the best pitch.
Yeah, as you said, Dumape, he's been ahead in the count. But still looking for the first out. Throw over.
Just has a little, I'm just keeping my eye on you. Nothing too going, nothing much. Yeah, I was listening to a 95.7 The Game, the talk show here in the Bay Area, and they had Dallas Braden, who pitched a perfect game on Mother's Day
a
couple of years ago for the Oakland A's, and that pitch was high for ball one, and they were asking him, what's the most important pitch? What's the best pitch you can throw? A curveball, slider, fastball? He goes, the most important pitch and your best pitch should always be a first pitch strike, because that sets up your whole pitching repertoire the rest of the at-bat.
Braden, not much else happened in that career, but hey, you throw a perfect game in the major leagues. Call it good, baby.
Exactly. Kid from the 209. Not only did he throw a perfect game, he was the only one that stood up against A-Rod when A-Rod stepped on his mound.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely right. Well, he's out of Stockton.
Yep. 209, Stockton boy. And so Austin keeps calling time as Dumape is kind of freezing him out up at the plate.
And Braden, actually a pretty good commentator.
Yeah.
Working, I think, on the Major League Baseball Network. Pretty good job.
That's Eric Burns.
No.
No?
Also, yeah, Dallas Braden. Yeah, Burns, he's on. He drives you crazy after a while. That guy never shuts up.
Yeah. I know why you don't like him. He's a Giants fan. So running on the corners. The wind not blowing too hard, like you said earlier. A little bit left to right. Flag's not moving too much, but once it gets up about 30, 40 feet in the air, the ball could start taking off, especially out towards right field. Swing and foul back. The count goes 1-2. Now,
good pitch by Dumape there. He gave him the fastball right at the knees. Good location, good velocity.
And let's see if Dumape can finally punch one out here as he's gotten, but this is the third batter in a row. He's had 2 strikes on, just hasn't found that magic pitch to get that strikeout. And with a big strikeout situation with run on the corners, it would be huge for Dumape to execute.
Absolutely. Get that first out, get a ground ball, get out of Dodge without giving up a run.
Even though it's fall ball, you got to treat it like Game 7 or, championship game. That's the way you got to approach every at-bat, every inning. Because when the time comes, you'll be prepared.
And Austin Call, pretty imposing at the plate. Big kid, number 43.
And this one's hit in the right center field. Going over, little miscommunication there. The ball drops, and Belantic's coming in to score. There'll be a play at third, and he is in there safely.
Just got under the tag there. Excellent slide. And you're right, a little confusion out there in the outfield. Jesse Phipps coming over from right field. Niskevich over in center. And I just think neither one were sure about who was going to make the catch.
Exactly.
You got it? No, you got it. Let's not be gentlemen out there. Let's get somebody on the ball and make the catch.
Yeah, you know, they both got great jumps on the ball, and the ball was lifted pretty high. Allows enough time to get under. They both kind of ran over, stopped, looked at each other, and then next thing you know, it's hitting the ground. Can't be too indecisive, and that's where the mistakes happen.
But it's fall ball, and that's why you play these games, to work those things out. And you got two freshmen out there in the outfield. And this is just their second game.
Yeah. Yeah, second time these guys are all getting to play together. Who knows if these two are starting the last game together, so it's hard to feel out who you're playing with. It's kind of like playing on a showcase team or an all-star team, and we are already having another substitution as it looks like Pavlowski's heading out to right field.
Yeah, so that's Coach Stover telling Phipps, that was your ball, buddy.
Yeah.
Going to sit this one out, think about it a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Stover told me before the game, there'll be a lot of substitutions throughout, guys going in and out in the innings just so they can get different guys working and whatnot. And so he probably brought Phipps in to talk about what happened there and just let him calm down, maybe send him back out after this batter or two.
And I know Phipps is a guy he's pretty high on. Of course, you said Phipps out of Laguna Creek, good high school baseball player. Pretty good size, too. He's got some power.
That pitch just a hair low, so the count goes 1-0 to Mikey Ramirez, the DH.
Dumapay still looking for that elusive first out here. Top of the second.
Dumapay comes set. He checks a runner. He kicks and fires. And this one's chopped down the first base line. Bo Siegel over to shortstop. Rubicaba turns it back around and safe at first. I believe it's safe. I'm waiting for the call.
Yeah, almost looked like a little collision over there. Dumapay running over. I think kind of collided into the runner. Ramirez, Mikey getting down there. Good hustle. And safe at first. Falcons get that first out, though.
Yeah. Good job by Siegel and coming up on the ball and recognizing he has time. Gets the lead runner and then tries to come back. So 2 runs in so far in this inning. American River ahead 2-0 with the runner on first, 1 out, and brings up Brandon Raposa, the center fielder. And that pitch is in there for a strike called. Count goes 0-1. And, you know, they should have been out of this inning. He had 2 strikes on the first 3 hitters. You know, if he could have capitalized on the first 2, then you got the pop-up that eventually dropped out in right center field. It should have been a clean inning, but just couldn't find that 3rd strike. And this was lifted down the right field line, and it's going to be out of play right over the fence. Good hustle by Pavlowski down there.
Yeah, Pavlowski's showing some athleticism. He was moving pretty quickly there for a big dude.
Hey, you know, he didn't really play much in the early part of the season last year, but as the season went on later, he eventually got in the lineup more and more, and he's showing that he wants to be a part of this lineup. He wants to be a leader on this team, and just right there, that hustle, especially for fall ball, it's got to look good in Stover's eyes. And that pitch just low. Count goes 1-2. Once again, 0-2 count. He's going to throw a lone away.
Couple weeks, Solano will be hosting an alumni game here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium on October 4th. Chance to see a lot of the great former Solano baseball players taking on this team right here.
And that'll be interesting to see which alumni comes back. I know that there's a couple guys top of my head I'd like to see out here. Of course, Bubba Johnson, Ethan Gibbons if he's around, Victor Romero, but I don't think Victor will make it because he is actually the new assistant coach at Oklahoma State.
That's right. Actually drafted by the Padres, actually down there in spring training.
Yep.
Back in the spring, didn't make the squad, now going into coaching. Victor Romero, one of the great all-time Falcon baseball players. caught for the Falcons, was on that 2011 team with Bubba Johnson that went to the Super Regionals.
Man, they had a great squad that year. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Dumapay gets the first strikeout.
Finally gets that elusive K.
And now it's going to bring up the catcher, Matt Elliott, with 2 outs and a runner on first.
And Solano, of course, as we were saying, Stosh, very successful in baseball. Last 7 years, they've made it to the Super Regionals 3 times.
That's outstanding. And Coach Stover, one of the great legendary coaches here for the Solano Falcons, always does an excellent job to motivate his teams.
Yeah, it was just 2 years ago, 2013. Went to the Super Regionals for the 3rd time in 6 years.
And then last year, just a down year. Just the chemistry just wasn't there among the players, and just didn't seem they liked. I don't know. They just didn't like seeing like they were playing together. That pitch low and outside, the ball 1.
Yeah, last year was just a weird year. And, of course, I think they were 2 weeks into the season, and assistant coach Matt North passes away. A little bit later, another assistant coach, Bobby Campo, another legend here for the Falcons. Heart attack, okay now. But there was a lot of stuff going on and off the field last year. It was just a tough year.
What a great curveball from Dumapay there. It seemed like it started at Elliott's forehead and dropped into the strike zone, so the count goes to 1 and 2.
Yeah, Elliott was just kind of shaking his head like, what was that?
Wouldn't be surprised to see him come back with the same pitch right now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They throw down to first base, and that is the way the inning ends. So 2 runs come across, and we're heading to the bottom of the 2nd.
Solano Community College transformed my life.
And gave me the opportunities I needed to succeed.
I received the same university caliber education.
Without the pressures of debt holding me back. Affordable and flexible. I fulfilled my undergraduate classes.
Getting to the information I truly have a passion for.
The decision to attend SCC empowered my future.
And made my dream of attending Yale University a reality. Solano Community College.
Bottom of the 2nd inning, Solano down by 1 as American River College scored 2 in the top of the 2nd. And leading off for the Falcons is number 12, the designated hitter, Brandon Mihalich.
Mihalich, sophomore, returning from last year's squad, and a real valuable player. He can play the infield, he can pitch.
And that strike is in there on the outside corner, so the count goes to 0-1.
Boy, nice pitch by Campbell there. Just caught the outside corner right at the knees.
And there it is again, just pounding that strike zone quick. 0-2, he's working fast, and I can see if this is the type of pitcher that once he gets in a rhythm, he can probably be unhittable. And that's fouled up off Mihalich's right foot, so the count stays at 0-2.
Good job by Mihalich, staying alive there. Will C. Wood, graduate.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, so that's a quick strikeout for Jake Campbell out on the mound. It's going to bring up number 13, Garland Webster, the young freshman out of Armio High School. Played on the state champion Fairfield Expos team. They went to the World Series, and he's played on a lot of great teams, a lot of great coaches, so it's going to be exciting to see. I'm glad he's here at Solano to learn under Coach Stover. This kid's a good ball player. I've actually watched him most of his life growing up. Good eye. Count goes 2-0.
And that's what's cool about doing these fall ball games, and we'll have another game a little later in October, of course, that alumni game. Get a chance to look at all the new prospects.
And that pitch is in there for a strike, so the count goes 2-1. Yeah, like we said, there's 43 players on Solano's roster today. So hopefully we can see most of them get a feel, so we could pick who. Oh, that was chopped over to third baseman. Garland booking it down the line. And
Nice play.
Good play by Austin Call. That ball almost ate him up, but made a good play to get the speedy Webster.
Yeah, that took a tricky bounce, came right up in front of him, able to get the leather on it. Made it look pretty easy as well. Smooth throw.
Yeah, it kind of bounced up right in the belly button. He had his glove out. And the first pitch to Nesikewicz is a ball, so the count goes to 1-0.
Nesikewicz.
That pitch is in there for a strike, so the count goes to 1-1. I've been noticing today for these umpires, pretty big strike zone behind the plate.
Yep.
Making him swing the bat.
Got Nessa Kawich, kid that Coach Stover is high on as well. Supposed to be a pretty good pitcher. We'll get a chance to see him pitch later.
This one's hit to Mercado. Mercado fields it, flips it over to first for out number 3. So 1-2-3 shutdown inning for the Beavers, and we're heading to the top of the third. Top of the third inning, Solano still trailing 2-1. New pitcher on the mound, Dustin Labitte. He's all the way from Germany, the freshman here. And now I'm joined in the broadcast booth with the first-timer, Jake Wade. Jake, welcome to the booth.
Hi, thanks for letting me in. It's been great so far. It's a beautiful day out.
Yeah, what's your take on the game so far?
It's been a good game, a lot of good at-bats so far, and hopefully we get to see some good pitching now to back that up.
And so the leadoff hitter back up at the plate, Jake Ariola. And the first pitch to him is a ball. It goes to 1-0. So I'm excited to see what this Labitte kid has to offer. Big, strong right-hander on the mound. Looks like he's throwing a good fastball there. Count goes 2-0.
Yeah, it looks like he's throwing pretty hard up there, which is a good sign for the Falcons.
Yeah. Yeah, like we were saying earlier, the Falcons kind of struggled with the pitching aspect last year, a little ups and downs, so looking to bolster their bullpen and find some good starting rotation. That pitch is in there for a strike. The count goes 2-1. A lot of good prospects out there. Oh, this one's hit, and that is going to drop down for a base hit as Jesse Phipps over there in right field, back out there, flips it over to second base. So Ariola has himself a hit.
Nice hit out there for him to take the outside pitch and inside out it to pull it to right field.
Yeah. Now it's going to bring up Steven Mercado, the second baseman. Mercado flew out to Bo Siegel, little lazy line drive over to Bo down at first base. So let's see what Labitte has to offer out of the stretch. Actually, I do not think this is Mercado, as they have different numbers in our roster here. This guy's batting swing is a little unorthodox. A little bit of Hunter Pence-esque, as he has his hands a little bit up off the stock of the bat, a little bit separated. He has his hands really low.
And a very open stance also.
It's kind of all over the place. Let's pop straight up, and it almost hits us, but it's going to go foul, so the count goes to 1-1.
Good pitch though to jam him on the trying to be sacrifice bunt there.
Yeah, you know, if the guy's going to show you what he's going to do, you recognize it. Throw something up or maybe a little curveball to get him to pop up. It's really hard to get the ball down when it's up in the zone.
Yeah.
So runner on first. He has a pretty good lead over there. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take off here. Curveball up in the zone, so the count goes to 2-2. Labitte struggling a little bit with his location so far.
Yeah, he's been a little up in the zone so far this inning.
Yeah, Dylan Dumape, he only pitched 31 pitches first couple innings, but, you know, he was working well. He just couldn't find that strikeout pitch in the last inning, but, you know, that's what fall ball is for, hence their spring training. And that pitch is way outside, ball 3.
And out the full count pitch. Don't expect him to be bunting anymore.
So let's see if Labitte can get one over the strike zone here. And that is a walk. So now it's going to be runners on first and second. Nobody out.
Tough situation here for the pitcher. Hopefully he can get out of this without giving up too many runs.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure this is Cameron Bennett coming up to the plate. I don't expect him to get out of the game so far, as he was a first team all-conference for the Big 8 Conference, which is the best conference in California. The toughest conference to play in. Kind of like the SEC for community colleges here in California. So Dustin up on the mound, struggling with his location just a little bit. Could really use a ground ball right here. Roll one up, get 2 outs. Corners playing in, middle infielders playing back, and double play depth. And the pitch. Trying to get the ball down, but it's low for ball 1.
He's really trying to keep the ball down to prevent a fly ball that can move the runners up and trying to get a double play ball by throwing low.
Seems like he's pressing a little too much. After that last pitch, had a little grimace on his face. Maybe he's just trying to do too much, not letting the game come to him, trying to force his pitches in there.
Yeah, and anytime you're trying to force your pitches.
Oh, what a good bunt. Labeat. Oh, couldn't feel the position there, and everybody is safe. And that's an E1. Bases loaded. And he's going to bring up Zach Valantic. He had a single and stolen base in his last at-bat. So that could prove costly, as that's something you have to work out here in fall ball. A little more PFP, pitcher's fielding practice. First thing you always do when you go to a new team. Got to be able to field your position. You know all about that, Jake, because you were once a pitcher.
Yeah. Fielding is just as important as throwing strikes and pitching.
So bases loaded. He rocks and fires. Good curveball in there, strike 1.
Nice slow curveball in there. Really, he was probably expecting first pitch fastball and took him off his feet.
Yeah, it was a good curveball, but eventually playing at the college level, you're going to need to get that thing down just a little bit more. Kind of hung up there, and like you said, a full-day hitter, so he wasn't swinging the bat. Took a little bit off that pitch, and that's strike 2. Good use of the changeup there by Labeat.
Good job so far on this batter of not losing him early and being ahead in the count.
So the payoff pitch. And this one's chopped right past the diving Webster. Rubicaba throws it over to first and can't get the runner there. So everybody is safe and run comes in on a fielder's choice. I'll give him a single.
That was a hard hit ball.
Yeah,
in the hole.
That was a great play by Rubicaba over there just to get a glove on it.
Yeah, even though he didn't get the out, he still did a great job of keeping that ball in front of him. If he didn't, then 2 runners might have scored on that play easily.
And you know, on an 0-2 pitch, you got to get that thing in the dirt. It's got to be a waste pitch. That's something Coach Scover always reiterates to his pitchers. He does not like to see somebody get a hit on an 0-2 count because they should be either strikeout or in the dirt somewhere to get him to chase. You got one pitch to work with there.
Yeah, your goal is to get a strikeout on a pitch that most likely they can't hit out of the zone, but he didn't do that. He left the pitch in the zone and got a base hit out of it.
And that pitch is just a bit high for ball 1.
Close pitch there.
Yeah, especially with fall ball here with Andrew Fuentes at the plate. He had a single and came around to score. He actually had the first RBI of the game for the Beavers. Oh, and this one's lifted into high right center field, and that ball's going to drop. 1 run's going to come in. 2 runs are going to come in, and they're waving home the third. And everybody comes in. A bases and clearing double by Andrew Fuentes, and this game has been blown wide open.
Yeah, he did a great job of hitting that pitch where the ball was pitched, outside pitch, and he took it to right field, and it was a great job there to get a double there to bring in all 3 runs.
So still nobody out here in the top of the 3rd inning. 4 runs have already come in to score, and now the score is 6-1. So not quite the best showing from Labeat today. He would like to came out here and really show off his stuff, but struggling so far. With Austin Call at the plate.
Vinny, move your camera to the right a little bit.
Oh, and that pitch is high. What a snag by Andres Cajita behind the plate.
Yeah, it was almost a wild pitch there.
Yeah.
Just managed to get his glove on it and keep that ball in front of him.
You know, it's really key as a pitcher. You really got to, you get ruffled up a little bit, you really got to calm down, let the game come to you, and just throw your game. Don't worry about nobody else. Just get your work in. And he's just a little tense, 2 tenths on the mound.
He's trying to do too much right now with his pitches.
That pitch is high. Count goes 2-0.
It's almost like he's trying to force the ball in there instead of just trying to throw it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the first batter, he was pitching pretty well out of the windup. The stretch, yeah, it seems to be struggling just a tad bit as that pitch gets in there. 2-1. Maybe a little give-me call from the umpire.
Yeah. Close pitch, maybe a little up and inside for the hitter's liking, but it was a good pitch, though.
Yeah, you know, the umpire's been very consistent today. He has a big strike zone. As you know, it is just training fall ball here, so he's going to have a big strike zone to make the hitters hit, swing the bat. Oh, this one's roped right to Bo Siegel. He steps on first for out number 1.
Hard hit ball right at the first baseman there. Made a nice play to keep the ball in front of him and to get the out at first.
Now coming to the plate, number 43, Mikey Ramirez. He reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat and actually brought in a run.
Yeah, he had a good at-bat in the second inning.
Can you move the shot to the right, left a little bit? And then,
So Labite fires. Can't get the curveball down, so the count goes 1-0. It seemed like he dipped his elbow there, which causes the curveball to go up, which you never like to see that because that will cause a little hanger if you do get it down. Infield playing in now.
Trying to cut off the run from scoring to keep the game to a 6-1 score.
He steps off the mound, regroups. He's going to go from the stretch. So bottom of the third inning, score is 6-1, and Andres Quijada coming up to the plate. The kid out of Venezuela getting his first hacks of the fall here. And so a little confusion if you're watching at home. It's just fall ball. They're going to play 18 innings today. We will not be carrying all the 18 innings, but we'll get as many as we can as we have a volleyball game to do later this afternoon over in the Solano College Gymnasium. And Christian Savage is now on the mound.
Good hard first strike right there.
So the count goes 1-1. And this one's fouled back. So the count goes 1-2. And if you look out in the outfield, you see Dylan Dumape and Dustin Labite out there running their foul poles to cool down, to get their work in. Ooh, and this one's fouled right off of his back. So the count stays at 1-2.
Good job of him to fight off that hard pitch instead of taking a strikeout there, even though he fouled it into the side. Still better than striking out.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 in the dirt. Throw down to first base, and they get him for out number 1.
Good waste pitch there that he ended up swinging at in the dirt.
Now it's going to bring up the left fielder, Brandon Boatwright. Boatwright, freshman out of John Swett High School. He's 5'11", 165, bats right, throws right. And that pitch is low for ball 1. Yeah, this is our very first fall ball game we ever brought to you guys here at Solano College Sports Network. So it's pretty cool to see the big roster. This one's roped, and what a snag from Cameron Bennett. Throws it over to first and just gets him. And I can see why that guy was a first-team all-conference for the Big 8.
Great play there. Way to get dirty and knock that ball down and get the out at first there. It's a hard play.
Yeah, you know Christian Savage is liking that. Gave him a little tip of the cap. Thanks for helping me out there.
Yeah.
Now it's going to bring up Joey Dodson, the second baseman. Coach Stover's very high on this kid out of the American Canyon High School. That first pitch in there, first strike. His first at-bat, he singled, and later came around to score for Solano's only run of the game so far. So let's see if he can spark another rally here for the Falcons. Smokes this one right to Bennett. Bennett scoops it up, throws it over to first for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3, go down in order, heading to the top of the 4th. Top of the 4th inning, new pitcher for Solano. It's Chris Ross, the strong sophomore. Had an excellent second half of the season last year.
Yeah, he ended up with very good season stats last year, posting a 4.68 ERA and through 48.1 innings pitched.
Yeah, his ERA is a little inflamed. He struggled in the first part of last season, but then the second half really turned on. First pitch, roped right up the middle. It's a good piece of hitting by Brandon Raposa to get a leadoff single.
Puts him in good position now to put another run across the board, really.
Now it's going to bring up Matt Elliott, I believe. Not quite too sure with all the substitutions and the no-number roster we got from American River College. It's like we said, it is fall ball, so bear with us, folks. You know, it's really cool to see all, you know, the big numbers in the dugouts. You see a lot of guys like in the cages and some bullpens being thrown. A little nonchalant game here today.
Yeah, it's nice to see a lot of different things going on all at once.
Kind of gives you an inside look at what it's like to play on a college team. As you and I both know, during the practice games, there's a lot of other stuff going on, and not just the game.
Yeah, there's a million things going on all at the same time.
That's a fair ball. And what a good job by Kiwihara behind the plate to hit off the bat. Home plate, bounced up. He let it drop fair to make sure it was going to go fair. But he gets the job done as he gets Raposa over to second base.
Yeah, he really wasn't sure if that was going to be fair or foul when he first got it. And the hitter's still standing at the plate. Hard play to make there.
So the first pitch from Ross. Ooh, foul back, hits the umpire in the chest, and he didn't even flinch. He's a beast. So on the count.
So yeah, Vinny, you can zoom in a little bit. Vinny. That's good.
Oh, they almost had him hanging there.
Almost had him on that spin around
Yeah.
move there. It was a good pickoff move there.
You know, keep an eye on that move because not later this game, maybe during the spring, and when regular season starts, he can pick off a couple players out over at second base by using that same exact move. And this one's chopped right in front of the plate. Ross fields his position well, throws down to first for out number 2. And now it's going to bring up John Ariola. I know that one. Ariola 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single and scored a run. And you know, Ross, I believe he had Elliott over there, not Elliott, Raposa. He was already taken off at third. If Ross would have really got a good look, he possibly could have got the runner at third, but he made sure of the out and just threw down to first. First pitch in there is a strike, so the count goes 0-1.
Yeah, he'd much rather get the easy out than try to force an out at third and not be able to get any outs there.
Ren, could you get the runner on third?
Just calm, cool, and collected out there on the mound is Chris Rost. And this one's hit. And Dodson coming over, throws it over to first for out number 3. So the Beaver Strand won. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th.
Bunko, want to join in on this fun game?
Well, now you can. On Saturday, October 18th, Solano Community College is hosting its 6th annual Bunko tournament here in Building 400.
And this year, Bunko goes pink. Our friends have put together this event as a way to raise money for the National Breast Cancer Foundation.
Doors open at 1, but the fun doesn't start until 2. And for the first time ever, the Pink Hills Fire Truck will be on site from 12 to 2 as well. Tickets go for pre-sale, $20 per person and $25 at the door.
So get them quickly. Seating is limited to 250 people. So basically, first come, first served basis. Plus, you get to save $5.
For more information or for tickets, call JJ Eves at 372-2531 or email bunkogoespink@yahoo.com.
Bunko!
Bottom of the 4th here at Billy Louise Yarbrough Stadium, where Solano's trailing 6-1 here in the first preseason action for the Solano Falcons. And seen some bright spots so far. Still have a lot of work to do with Alvaro Rubalcaba coming up to the plate, and he's 0 for 0 today as he had a great sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. And Christian Savage, first pitch to Rubalcaba, in there for a strike called, so the count goes 0-1.
Good hard fastball there to lead off the hitter.
And that pitch is in the dirt for ball 1, so the count goes 1-1.
Move your camera left a little bit.
Rubalcaba looking to be he's going to be a big X factor for the Solano Falcons team this year. Over at the shortstop position, he ropes this one right up the middle for a base hit. He could be looking to, takes a good hard round around first base, but he's going to hold up. Good solid single there for Rubalcaba to lead off this inning.
A nice piece of hitting to take that right back up the middle on the pitcher.
He elevated that fastball just a little bit, and Rubalcaba didn't miss a beat, and like you said, just went with the pitch and hit it right in the right center field.
Seems like that's been a big factor so far today for the Falcons, hitting the ball where it's been pitched.
And that's the key. If the pitcher's going to throw it there, you got to be able to hit it to all fields. I mean, that's what makes Miguel Cabrera so great. Great first baseman for the Detroit Tigers, last Triple Crown winner.
Yeah.
Hasn't been too many of them. With Bo Siegel now at the plate. Let's see if Bo can get a base hit here. Rubicaba on the move, swing and a miss. Throw down a second, and Rubicaba's in there safely with a stolen base. So good jump from Rubicaba, recognizing first pitch.
Yeah, he had a great jump on the play and was able to steal the base with ease, really.
You know, I think it might have been a hit and run, but the pitch wasn't really there, and Siegel was just protecting his runner there by swinging at the ball.
Yeah, that was not his pitch to hit. He just swung to protect the runner to give the runner a little more time to be able to slide in there at second safely.
Yeah, because, you know, if he didn't swing, I think Rubicaba, they might have got him. It was a close play, but Rubicaba's got great speed. Oh, and Bo hits this one into right field. Going back is Belantic. Belantic makes the catch, and Rubicaba is going to make his way over to third, so Bo does just enough to sacrifice his runner over.
That's a good job there by the three-hitter, Bo Siegel, to move the runner over. Even if he doesn't get a hit and get on base, he still moved the runner over with only one out. Solano Falcons have a good job, have a good look of scoring right here.
Yeah, exactly. Productive outs. That's all you need. Now Jacob Pawlowski coming up to the plate, rocking the one glove. So maybe that'll start a new trend for him. Maybe a little good luck charm or something for him. So Rubicaba down on third, Pawlowski out the plate. First pitch, it's low for ball one. Good job by Matt Elliott. Elliott behind the plate to drop down on that ball and make sure it doesn't squeak back to the backstop, because with Rubicaba's speed, he'd be home safely.
Yeah, he's a very fast kid over there at third.
Oh, this one's lofted. It's going to be out of play, so now the count goes to 1-1. And this kid Savage is starting to quick pitch a little bit. He needs to make sure he comes set.
Yeah, he's not really. He's not really given enough time there to give the batter everything he wants to look for.
So the count goes to 1-2. And you know what you do with those quick pitchers? You step in the box. As soon as he comes set, you throw your hand up there and call time and just start messing with him if he's going to keep rolling through. This one's chopped over to the left side of the infield. Call comes in, throws over to first for out number 2, but the run will score. So another productive out by the Falcons to get Rubicaba in. Now the score is 6-2.
Yeah, it's a good job. Even though he wasn't able to get on base himself, he still moved the runner over and now put the game just a little more manageable for the Falcons to come back in.
Hey, Pawlowski has both of the RBIs for this Falcons team, so he's a one-man wrecking crew so far today.
Yeah, he's having a great game so far.
Jesse Phipps at the plate. He grounded out to the third baseman in his first at-bat. So 0 for 1 today. Let's see if he can spark a 2-out rally here by getting a base knock. That ball is in the dirt. It squeaks away from the catcher, so the count goes 2-0.
Yeah, and Phipps also is rocking the one glove like you were talking about with Pawlowski earlier.
Yeah, maybe that's a new trend. No more elephant ears, because we know elephant ears are just bad luck.
Yeah.
Oh, he swings at this one, lifts it high in the air into left center field, going over was Raposa. Raposa's under it, makes the catch for out number 3, so that will end the bottom of the 4th. Solano getting one back, and we're heading to the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th inning here. Solano got one back, so now the score is 6-2. Chris Ross still on the mound, looking to have a clean shutdown inning here for the Falcons as Steven Mercado steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk and a scored run.
Yeah, that walk was big for him earlier as he ended up coming around scoring later in the inning.
Oh, this one's roped in the right field, and that's going to drop down for a hit.
Nice piece of hitting there to get the hit on the first pitch.
Yeah, he knows that Ross is going to come at him with the first pitch fastball, saw it, recognized it, and went with it.
Yeah, just sitting on that first pitch fastball, was able to take it to right center for a base hit.
And now it brings up the dangerous 3-hitter, Cameron Bennett, who had a top play nominee over at shortstop in the last inning. Good diving stop there over to first base. This guy is 0 for 1 today. He reached on an air and came around to score. First pitch, fouls back.
Fouled that back into his back.
Yeah, right? You know, you don't see those too often. We've already seen
No.
3 here today, so these guys are swinging hard.
Yeah, really swinging hard to be able to hit the ball back off the back of their shoulder.
Mm-hmm. So 0-1 to count now. Let's see if Ross can induce a double play here. Checks the runner at first. He gets back safely.
He's really got a good, quick pickoff move over there, the pitcher does. 'Cause he's almost able to get him, even though I don't think he was going anywhere.
Ball's in the dirt, trying to bunt. Has him hanging off first base. Thought about it, but he gets back safely, so the count goes 1-2. Oh, 1-1. Oh, I'm sorry. So a lot of bright spots throughout the day. See a lot of good young talent for this Falcon team. Hopefully this year, and this one's fouled back. Right into the hands of Coach Stover. What a catch.
Nice play.
He's probably going to say, hey, if I can make that catch, why can't you?
Yeah. Sure, he'll be telling his guys about that later.
So 1-2 the count. Bennett's going to be swinging here. Payoff pitch. Rope down the first base side, and that's going to go way foul.
Big breaking curveball there from the pitcher.
Yeah, you know, he really needs to focus on getting that ball more down in the zone because come season time, you can hang that up there. There's a lot of these guys that'll be playing that can take him yard every single time.
Oh, yeah. It's a great pitch, but he's got to learn to keep that pitch down if he wants it to really be effective.
Good pitch outside. Count goes 2-2. And, you know, it's all part of practice. Just got to keep working it down. And they got great coaching staff here at Solano that I'm sure they'll go back and watch the tape and show him where he's got to work on his game a little more.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be working with the pitching coach to get that curveball down and become even more effective than it's already been today.
So the count now 2-2. Let's see if Ross can get the money pitch here and get a strikeout. Strikeout or ground ball, either way.
A double play ball would be ideal here for the Falcons to get out of this inning as fast as possible, even with no outs right now.
Good pitch. Hit the Garland. Garland throws it over to second. Throws it over to first, and they can't turn two, but they get one. So always make sure that one. Dotson kind of got taken out over at second base.
Yeah, he got hit as he slid in there, and hopefully he's not hurt too bad. And he's still in there, so hopefully he's doing just fine.
Now it's going to bring up Zach Belantic, who's 2 for 2 today with 2 runs scored and a stolen base. So this kid is red hot. Let's see if Solano can answer here and maybe get another ground ball and try to turn two.
Yes, he's a really good hitter up at the plate here. Good speed, too.
First pitch in there, strike called. Count goes to 0-1.
Might be hard for them to turn two with such great speed at the plate there.
Oh, this one's lifted down the right field line out of play, so a quick 0-2 count to Zach Belantic.
Yeah, Chris Ross really has him in his wheelhouse right now. He can do whatever he wants in an 0-2 count with one out.
And I'm going to expect something low and away.
Yeah. Maybe that great curveball of his if he can get that down.
Fastball outside. Count goes 1-2.
Good 0-2 pitch there. Tried to get him to chase the pitch, but he wasn't offering at it.
Checks the runner. Good stop by Siegel as the throw was in the dirt. Keeps the ball in front of him, so does not allow the runner to advance, so the count stays at 1-2.
Yeah, really good job over there by Siegel to keep that ball from not going to right field.
So the 1-2 pitch. Ross comes set. He kicks, fires. Good curveball, strike three, throw down to second, double play. Strike him out, throw him out. That's the way the inning ends, and we're heading to the bottom of the fifth. All right, we're back here in the bottom of the fifth inning with a great strike him out, throw him out to end the top of the fifth. Now we have another broadcaster in the booth. Joe, how's it going, buddy?
It's good to be in here. Get my first baseball game in.
Yeah, what's your take on the game so far?
Oh, it's been a lot. Good line drives, hitting the ball middle in, getting to center field.
And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the American River College Beavers. It's Andrew Fuentes, the big left-hander out there on the mound. I was watching him take his warm-up throws, and he's throwing some ched out there today.
Yeah, he's a real big kid, 6'4", about 190 pounds. He's a big kid, throws real hard, too.
So let's see what Brandon Mihalic can do up at the plate against this big, strong lefty. Mihalic is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout.
Lefty-on-lefty battles are never easy for the left-handed hitter either.
That pitch is high for ball 1.
I actually played with Brandon Mihalic at Will C. Wood when I was a senior and he was a junior. He was a good
Pitch is high, ball 2.
Brandon was a good small ball hitter. Was able to get that RBI when he was running on third. Able to get the single whenever he needed it.
Yeah, he's a great player. I've been playing with him since I was about 8 years old.
So 2-1 to count now to Mihalic. Fuentes kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that was a high Ched fastball, and his eyes probably got as mile wide there as he'd seen a good fastball coming in.
Oh, yeah. When you see that fastball up and high, it looks like a cheeseburger.
Hard to lay off that fastball nice and up.
Went a little higher that time, so now the count is full. Try to get him to chase again, but Mihalic, a very smart hitter at the plate. Kid can do it all, so the payoff pitch coming from Fuentes. This one's chopped over to second base. Mercado snags it, throws it over to first, and just gets the speedy Mihalic for out number 1.
Nice play over there by second baseman to get the out there.
Yeah, you know, the backhand stab, that's always a tough play for any second baseman, but he did it extremely well, playing that back foot and really got it going.
Looks like Mihalic got a little ahead of the pitch and rolled it over and didn't get it middle in.
So now it brings up the third baseman, freshman Garland Webster. Let's see if Garland can get his first base hit here. First pitch high for ball 1. So I'm guessing this kid, Andrew Fuentes, hasn't seen anything but a fastball so far.
Yeah, he's got a good hard fastball. Why go away to it when it's working?
Ooh, inside, ball 2. Little sporadic on his pitching. He's, you know, hitting the strike zone that he's not. He doesn't have full control today, but if, you know, as a hitter, you're going up there, you're looking for you're looking for that fastball. You know you're going to get it one spot, one location, and there it was from Garland Webster. Shot right back up the middle with the base hit.
Right up the back of the middle, just like my dad told me when I was little, always hit it right where it came from.
Yep, exactly. So now it's going to bring up number 41, Alex Nesikewicz, the center fielder. So let's see if Nesikewicz here can get a base hit and keep the rally going. But what a good piece of hitting by Garland Webster. He recognized a lot of fastballs coming in. First one in the strike zone, he saw it, took it right back up the middle. That pitch is way outside for ball 1. Outside, ball 2. So the count goes 2-0.
Close pitch there by the pitcher, trying to get him to chase it out a little outside, maybe trying to take it to left field and roll into a double play. Good piece of hitting to not swing at that.
On an outside pitch, you want to let it get in a little bit and turn on it.
So 2-0 the count. You know, Nesikewicz right here, he's looking for that one pitch and one pitch only.
Yeah.
That pitch is in there for a strike, and that was a little different from Fuentes there. He kind of had a little jerking action before he took it to the plate. First time I've seen that from him.
Yeah, just at the outside corner of the zone. Nice pitch there.
Ooh, and that hit him. Yeah, you know that hurts.
Yeah, that's not going to feel good. Rub some dirt on it, as they say.
Yeah, don't rub it. They'll make fun of you. You rub it.
Just got to eat it like a man.
Now it's going to bring up Andres Quijada, the catcher out of Venezuela. He's 0 for 1 on the day.
Let's see if you can
Quijada.
See if you get a pitch inside. And
Professor Pop likes to say.
see if you can get a pitch inside, hit its outfield, and that second baseman in.
You know, with one out here, I would not be surprised to see him bunt, as Solano is known for playing small ball here.
Yeah, seemed trying to bunt down the first.
Oh, they let him swing away right through the 5.5 hole. Took a big hop. And here comes Webster. Webster's coming home. Going to be a play at the plate, and he is in there safely. And Neskakewicz makes a way over to third. A big hit from Cutie Hata to get himself an RBI single.
That was a great job by Keenan Hada. Find out where that hole was and hit it into it. Nice little cue ball there.
A nice piece of hitting there. Took the outside pitch and just took it to right field, right where the second baseman wasn't. They were looking for the double play ball.
Did you guys see that hop that ball took when it hit the dirt? That thing went about 10 feet in the air.
That's just all about groundskeeping there.
Almost looked like it hit the edge of the grass. It bounced up so high, but it just hit right on the dirt, right where there must have been a little patch of nothing there.
So Brandon Boatwright at the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. Ground out to the shortstop. First pitch is high, and it seemed like Fuentes took a little bit off that pitch.
Yeah, it seemed like a little slower compared to the fastball he's been throwing a lot today.
Well, I think Solano's recognizing that the guy is all he's throwing is fastball, so when that's all he's throwing, you just got to look for one spot and one spot only.
Yeah, you're sitting for that fastball when you know that he's going to throw that, and it makes it a lot easier to pitch when you know that's the only pitch he's been throwing.
And all the hits that come in this inning, the fastball has been elevated about. Oh, good bunt down the first base line. Could be trouble. And he's in there. Oh, and he called him out, but the run scores. Little safety squeeze there. Great job by Brandon Boatwright to get the run in.
And that's just a great job by Solano to be down by 5 runs and come back and score 4 or 2 more points, or 3 more. Sorry.
So now the score is 6-4, and Falcons are crawling back in this with Joey Dodson at the plate with another good RBI chance here with Kiwihara out there on second base. And Joey's 1 for 2 today.
Yeah, he had the nice leadoff single in the first. Started them off on a good note there.
So the count goes to 1-0.
Fuentes has really been pitching the zone. He's really been up one pitch, down next pitch, inside. He's been struggling to find his control so far.
Mm-hmm. And there it is.
Ooh.
Strike call, count goes to 1-0. It seems like if he slows down his motion a little bit, really focuses on his pitching, he does a good job by pounding the strike zone. But when he tries to rush it and try to fool the hitters, trying to quick pitch the hitters, he gets a little sporadic.
Yeah, he's really Barry Zito-like in that sense with his windup.
I know we're like Barry Zito. He throws harder than Barry Zito.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of us can throw harder than Barry Zito.
So 1-1 to count.
That last pitch kind of got away from him with a nice gut fastball.
Oh, this one's roped back to the backstop, so the count goes to 1-2.
Nice piece of hitting there to foul that back and stay alive there. Push the count to 1-2.
Pitcher count here. This is the time when batter wants to maybe sit back in the box a little bit, expect the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, but so far, Fuentes has yet to throw an off-speed pitch, except for that one changeup. So I'd expect something maybe a little elevated fastball, try to get him to chase.
Yeah, maybe fastball up and in, get him to chase that. It's a hard pitch to hit.
Fastball on away, taking off, and he is going to be out by a mile. So that's the way the inning ends. So Solano strike for 2, heading to the top of the 6th.
Top of the 6th inning here at Solano Falcon Stadium here, as we have a new pitcher in the game, as it is Peyton Tyler, who is a sophomore out of Rio Vista High School.
Yeah, Peyton Tyler, he really had a little bit of an off year last year, but Coach Stover had high hopes for him. You know, he struggled a little bit throughout the middle part of the season, really turned on the beginning and the end, so exciting to see him back out on the mound.
And the pitch. Good pitch there in there for a strike. As he threw that pitch pretty hard, as he's getting good velocity on his pitches so far from what we've seen. Kicks and fires. Another good pitch on the outside corner there, bringing the count to 0-2.
Yeah, good use of the changeup right there. Hit the first pitch fastball, and then pulled the thread on that one with the changeup to drop it in the strike zone. Quick 0-2 count.
Swung on and taken out to center field, and the center fielder is right there to make the play. As Alex Nazaskowitz is there to make the play out there in center. Nice play. as the Solano Falcons coach comes out to make to talk to his pitcher here. And after the meeting with Coach, Peyton looks to get this batter out after a leadoff out to center fielder. Good pitch on the outside corner there to Austin Call. Ooh, big curveball there. Falls just short of the plate as the count runs to 1-1 now.
Yeah, good use of the curveball there. If you can find the zone with that thing, you can almost unhit it one. That thing was just nasty.
Yeah, if you can find the zone with that, that's a great pitch. Good hard fastball again on the outside corner. He's been living on that outside corner so far this inning.
Yeah, I don't know if he's throwing a four-seam or a two-seam because it seems to have a little bit cut back into the left-handed hitters to really throw him off balance.
It seems as he's trying to keep the ball away from the batter, keep it low and outside, make it cause a ground out.
And the pitch. Big curveball. Stays up high, though, to bring the count even at 2-2.
Bend your back.
That pitch looked like it got away from him there.
Yeah, he left that pitch hanging a little high, and that was not his best curveball. Still had a good amount of break, but he needs to get that pitch down if he wants to throw it effectively. And the pitch is taken for strike 3. Austin Call goes down on the strikeout looking there from the pitcher.
Yeah, a 2-2 count. He's not really looking for that fastball inside, and Peyton Tyler read it and threw it right inside. Good call from the dugout by Coach Stover, and seems like Peyton Tyler's got him working today.
Mikey Ramirez comes up to the plate now. After being 0 for 2 with a walk and a fielder's choice, he takes that pitch right back up the middle for a nice hard hit base hit.
That was a great job by recognizing the fastball first pitch, hitting that ball middle inning, going straight to the center field.
You think he was sitting on that first pitch fastball or what?
Guarantee you was sitting on that first pitch fastball.
Yeah.
Hey, these pitchers, just in there getting work right now. If it goes throughout the game, you have your, Jake, as being a pitcher over here. You throw your first pitch fastball the first time at bat. Next time you come through, you throw that guy a curveball or a changeup. You got to mix the speeds, mix the locations, so you're not doing the same thing every time. They can't really get a read on you. But when you get, your first inning in here, you're going to throw a lot of fastballs, a lot of strikes, and he capitalized on that and ripped it right back up the middle. Yeah,
he really did a great job of recognizing that. And the last pitch, as Brandon Raposa fouls that off to his dugout, as he almost hurt someone in his own dugout there. And the pitch. Big curveball again, just breaking too much there. It just falls short of the plate again.
Fall ball is usually the time when the pitcher wants to get control of his fastball in the beginning. So when it comes to the season, he has that control, and he can then start working in the curve balls, the breaking balls.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely the time. And the kick. Good curveball again as he gets him to roll over to the second baseman, and he will throw over to first base for the third out of the inning as we head into the bottom of the 6th.
That's a great 3 up, 3 down by Solano right there.
Welcome back to Billy and Louise Yarbrough Stadium here as we are in the bottom of the 6th inning as Andrew Fuentes ends up for his second inning of work here, going up against the leadoff hitter Joey Dodson.
Right. If I'm Joey Dodson right now, I'm thinking fastball outside. That's why he's been throwing up there a few times.
And the pitch. Fastball high there as Joey Dodson takes ball 1. I'm joined in the broadcast booth here by my partner Kareem Walton here. How's it going, Kareem?
Oh, it's going great, man. It's a good game, good turnout, and see if the Solano Falcons could chip away at this lead that ARC has.
Yeah, definitely. And the pitch taken, for a strike. I thought that was a little low.
Definitely low and inside, and the umpire called it a strike, so let's see if he can recover from that pitch.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough call.
Solano in the beginning were kind of quiet with the bats. Now they're coming back.
Fouled away, out of play down the right field line.
Starting to come back with it, waking these bats up and getting some small ball hitting. Base hit here, maybe sacrifice bunt. See Solano running with this at the end, towards the end.
Yeah, they've really been able to dominate in the small ball department so far. Big curveballs. That's the first curveball we've seen from Andrew Fuentes. It's taken high, ball 3 to bring the count full to 3-2. And the pitch, taken high, ball 4. We have a leadoff walk here for Joey Dodson.
And that looks bodes well for the Falcons. We got the first runner on. Let's see if they can do a little small ball to advance him and get closer to this deficit.
As a pitcher, you never want to get the leadoff hitter on first base, because then that number 2 hitter can knock him over to third easily.
Especially not on a walk, too.
Yeah, especially not on the walk.
Alvaro Rubicala steps up to the plate, 1 for 2 with the single in the 4th inning. As he's showing bunt early, trying to sacrifice that runner over, and he does get the bunt down. And they go to first base as the first baseman to get the force out at first as he grounds into a fielder's choice.
Good productive out right there, as they say. Don't go against your average, and when you can advance the runner, it's a good thing to have a play where less than 2 outs to try to get that runner in.
Yeah, definitely. That's the goal. I mean, they sent him up there to bunt to get the runner over, and they were able to do that.
Now you have your number 3 batter coming up, have a runner on scoring position, knock him in, maybe almost get this score up to 6-5, and have your number 4 hitter who's been hitting hard lately and tie this game up.
Yeah, as Bo Siegel steps up to the plate, who is 0 for 1 with the sacrifice fly in the 4th inning.
Bo probably want to get the pitcher to work a little bit, see if he get him deep in the count.
Yeah, that's probably the goal coming from the 3-hole here, as the pitch is taken up and in for ball 1.
Bo seems to have a good eye up there.
Yeah, he has a very good eye up there. He doesn't swing at a lot of balls, and he hits a lot of strikes. He's hit every out he's been in so far has been hard hit. And the pitch fouled away just to our left, right above the Solano Falcons dugout there, as that brings the count to 1-1.
Yeah, it looked like Bo was a little late on that swing there. If you get a little early rotation in the zone, maybe you can pull that down the right field line.
Yeah, he must have been sitting changeup or curveball there because he was late on the fastball.
Definitely.
And the pitch, and he picks him off or trying to get a lead at third base, and Joey Dodson is caught stealing on the great pickoff move by Andrew Fuentes.
Ill-advised steal there. You already have yourself in scoring position, and you take the bat out the play from the batter's hands. I mean, if you get a base hit, you're likely going to score there. So very unforced error there by Dobson.
That was an easy out for RC, too.
And the pitch, big curveball, just a bit outside there for Andrew Fuentes, as the count is pushed to 2-1 here. Yeah, you got to question why he was stealing on that play. That ball is hit right at the shortstop, a hard hit ball by Bo Siegel, and he fumbles it. Oh, and an error by the shortstop gives the Solano Falcons a base runner here with 2 outs.
And that's the break that the Falcons was looking for. You know, if Dobson was still on second, he could have easily advanced to third. And you have runners at the corner with less than 2 outs. Now you have runner at first with 2 outs, and we're going to have to see if the cleanup hitter could come through and get this runner around to score if he can hit it in the gap somewhere, or, hey, hit it out the park.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. A home run right here would give them the that would tie the game up here 6-6, as that pitch is taken low and inside for ball 1.
As a batter, you never want to be thinking home run this whole time, because if you think home run, then you're going to start whiffing at that ball.
Yeah, trying to swing too hard, trying to hit for the fences. That ball is smoked out to center field, and the center fielder is there to make the play on the warning track. A nice hit there from Jacob Pavlinski, as a nice hit as the Falcons are down as we head into the top of the 7th inning. Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 7th inning here at Solano's baseball field, as we have Peyton Tyler coming out for his 2nd inning of work as catcher Matt Elliott comes up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 so far with a strikeout and a fielder's choice.
And you would think that American River would try to get a couple insurance runs patent a lead, but let's see what Solano can do if they can get a 1-2-3.
Fastball hitting out to center field, and a routine fly ball out to the center fielder. Good first pitch out there from Peyton Tyler.
Good job by Peyton Tyler getting the first batter out with first one pitch.
Yeah, as the leadoff hitter now, John Ariola steps up to the plate. Taken for a strike, a good pitch there from Peyton Tyler. Low fastball right there.
I'm surprised Ariola took that first pitch strike, because usually always first pitch has been fastball.
Yeah. Pitch in the dirt there as the catcher's able to keep that ball in front of him as it rolls down the third baseline. Taken for a ball, though. Now Peyton Tyler sets. Timeout taken there by John Ariola, as he wasn't liking what he was seeing there from pitcher Peyton Tyler. And the pitch. Good curveball there. Falls right in that lower part of the strike zone, bringing the count 2-1-2.
That was a great pitch by Tyler there. Getting that curveball in, getting ahead in the count.
Nice 12-6 break.
And the pitch. Good curveball taken outside to even the count at 2-2.
That was a good pitch and a good spot to miss right there.
Yes, Tyler must not have liked that call too much. And the 2-2. Taken inside to bring the count full to 3-2.
A full count here now. No one on base. I can see Ariola looking for a fastball right now.
Yeah, he's got to be sitting fastball here as we see the pitch coming in. Grounded foul right to the Falcons dugout, and the count stays even at 3-2.
Sit fastball adjusted off speed.
Yeah, maybe a little
hit it back up.
two-seam fastball there. Tried to pull it too much in the pitch. Taken for a foul ball there down the first baseline, as the count still stays even at 3-2, as this has been a 7-pitch at-bat so far.
Yeah, he's getting him out there working, and let's see if he can get a fastball across to get him out of there.
He's got to be sitting fastball right here, hoping that he can get something good to hit.
Ariola needs to just let that ball travel a little bit more, and then he probably could have turn into the base hit.
And the pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop there, and thrown over to first base to Bo Siegel for the out. Nice play there by our shortstop, Alvaro Rubicala. And the next batter comes up. It is Steven Mercado.
Great job by Tyler, too, realizing that Ariola is behind on the fastball and coming in inside and making him roll over on it.
Mercado is 1 for 2 on the day with a base hit and base hit up the middle as I'm trying to get my words out. Nice piece of hitting there from Steven Mercado.
Yeah, Mercado jumped on that first pitch and went right back up the middle with it. And like I said earlier, these guys are maybe trying to get some insurance runs.
Yeah, it really seems like these hitters for both of our teams here today are sitting first pitch fastball, and there's really been a lot of first pitch hits so far today.
Yeah, both liners have been aggressive, attacking that first pitch, trying to set the table for their fellow batters coming up behind them.
It's always good to see that first pitch fastball and hit it too, because then you don't have to deal with the whole off speed, sitting there, getting those reps in.
Cameron Bennett comes up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 today. Reached on a fielder's choice and an error by the pitcher. Trying to bunt and misses, as that is a strike to lead off Cameron Bennett here, 0-1.
I'm surprised Bailey even showed bunt. They're 2 outs away.
Yeah, with 2 outs, you don't usually see hitters bunting.
No, you do not.
Stepping into the box, Cameron Bennett for the second pitch of the at-bat.
Surprised if he bunts again.
Yeah, I would be surprised as he's swinging away. Takes a curveball outside for ball 1 to even the count at 1-1.
And he could just be trying to distract the pitcher, take his attention off the batter, but, you know, the pitcher needs to focus in on this bat and try to get this third out.
Yeah, he really needs to focus and get this batter out and go into the dugout here, trying to score some more runs. The pitch taken, the good changeup there. Taken low, though, for ball 2, 2-1 the count.
And Brent looks like he does have an aggressive swing, too. Just looking at his batting stance.
Timeout as the pitch is thrown after the time was taken, so that pitch will not count as the batter stepped out of the box.
A little late timeout there. He was already in his wind-up for the delivery of the pitch. He didn't see him taking the time.
Yeah,
Tyler
but it's all legal.
Tyler was keeping his eyes on that first base, making sure it doesn't go.
And the pitch swung on a miss, and he's running at second, and he got him at second base. A great throw there by Andres Quinoda, and we are out of here at the top of the 7th, going into the bottom of the 7th. 6-4 our score. Bottom of the 7th inning here at Solano Field, as we have a new pitcher for the American River College's Beavers, as the pitcher is Matthew Gunther, the big left-hander.
Yeah, and this is the third left-hander that I have seen take the mound today. A lot of southpaws out there, and you know they somewhat have an unorthodox delivery. So let's see what this guy brings to the table for ARC.
Yeah, big sophomore. Pitched well for them last year, too. And as we have our batter here, Jesse Phipps coming up to the plate. And the pitch swung on a miss for strike one there.
Nice inside fastball, low in the zone, and the batter he swung right over the top of it, Mr. Phipps.
And the pitch swung on and hit back right up the middle to our new pitcher, Matthew Gunther, who throws over to first to get the out. One out here in the bottom of the 7th.
And it's always scary for those pitchers to see a ball come right back up to them.
New batter here in the game is Evan Fakeda comes up to the plate, swings at that first pitch and fouls it right back into the catcher's mitt there.
Skater there is looking for that big fastball to hit, maybe probably get a base hit up to the right side.
And he comes set in the pitch. Swung on and hit to left field, base hit. Nice piece of hitting there.
Definitely, he was able to get out in front of that pitch and spank it to the left field.
One out, one runner on here.
That was a
for
great.
Garland Webster to come up to the plate.
That was a great job for him to hit that, see that ball early and turn on it and take it to left field.
Yeah, good job there to hit the pitch where that was pitched. Comes set from the stretch. And the pitch taken outside for ball one.
And last inning, the Falcons had a runner on second base who tried to steal and took away a threat to get back into this game or chip away at the lead. So let's see what they could do this half inning.
Ball taken up and outside there. 2-0 the count to Garland Webster. As he gets a sign there from his coach. And he comes set from the stretch, throws over to first base, but he's back safely. So nothing going on there.
Quick throw there, all arm, no legs.
Yeah, he has a good quick pickoff move. And the pitch. Strike one taken on the inside corner. Good pitch there.
Gut shot right up on the inside.
And the pitch. Hit, foul, going out of play past the right field dugout there. So 2-2 is our count here to Garland Webster.
It's a great job by the batter. Just battling to stay alive. Live to see another day.
And the pitch. Throwing over to first base, not the pitch.
And they're checking over there on Evan Fascinator. I know you probably want to get a good lead, but with a left-hand pitcher out there, you got to be careful because he has a quick move to the base, and you don't want him to get picked off.
And the pitch is taken for a base hit right up the middle. Runners on first and second with only one out as the Falcons are threatening to score here.
And here they go again with the table set. 2 runners on, less than 2 outs, and let's see if they can take advantage of the situation.
That was a great poke by Webster right there, hitting up the middle.
As Alex Naskowicz comes up to the plate here. Lefty on lefty battle. 2 runners on, 1 out here for the Falcons. And the pitch. Oh, bunted and fouled straight up right above us. Is that almost got us if there wouldn't be a netting right in front of us here.
Yeah, it seemed like that fastball ran in on his hands, and he wasn't able to square away pretty good. But there's a hole between the second baseman and the first baseman. Let's see if he can hit that gap and get that runner in from second base.
We'll see if he'll be swinging away or trying to bunt to move the runners over to second and third with 2 outs then. Kicks and fires. Swung on and missed the high fastball. 0-2 the count.
And now he's going to be in a protect mode because he's down in the count 0-2, so he's going to have to protect the plate. And can't take nothing close up there.
High inside. Looked like too high inside. Probably recognized that and just saw a cheeseburger and swung at it.
Saw that high cheese and wanted to swing for the fences on that pitch. Couldn't resist. And the pitch. Taken for strike 3 on the outside corner. As Alex Nazeskowicz goes down on 3 pitches.
And as I just alluded to, he was already down in the count 0-2. You can't take a pitch that close. You have to protect up there, and now you have runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Catcher Andres Quinata comes up to the plate here, as he is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a base hit, and check swing, but it doesn't matter because it's called strike anyways. Strike 1 to Quinata.
This guy had a great throw down at the end of the last inning, so it'd be nice if he can help out his pitcher here.
A base hit here would be very helpful for the Falcons.
Definitely. Let's see if
timeout.
Andrews could pick up the slack for Alex, who went down in the previous at-bat.
Yeah, hopefully he can get a base hit and knock a runner home here. And the pitch, taken low, ball 1, 1-1 our count. Quinata's really seen a lot of good pitches in his 2 at-bats so far today.
Definitely. He has a good eye up there. Seems like he's very comfortable. And he has to be very attentive when that pitch is in the zone.
And the pitch, taken high, ball 2. 2-1 our count here, 2 outs.
I wouldn't be surprised here as a batter if I saw an off-speed pitch. Pitcher still has one more life-saving pitch for him, so we can see some off-speed right here.
Yeah, would not be surprised to see an off-speed pitch, but he has thrown a lot of fastballs so far. And the pitch, fastball low, bringing the count to 3-1 as Quinata is sitting in a batter's count here.
Exactly, 3-1. You know he has to come into your zone, so just be patient and try to spank it right back up the middle.
Quinata's definitely in the driver's seat now, looking for his pitch as he has a pitch to take now if he doesn't like it. And the pitch, swung on and missed. Full count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. As the runners will be running, I'm sure, with 2 outs and count full.
Looked like Quinata was just a tad late on that fastball.
I'm surprised Quinata even swung at that. He's ahead in the count. That ball looked a little bit too outside for me.
And the pitch, oh, not the pitch as he kicks back to second base. No throw, though.
Well, this is still a hitter's count. You're 3-2. You know the pitcher has to come into the zone. So be patient and try to knock it right back up the middle.
Yeah, the pitcher has to make you swing at this. And the pitch taken low for ball 4. And we have the bases loaded here at Solano College with 2 outs. As Brandon Boatwright comes up to the plate here, he is 0 for 2 today, 0 for 1 today with a sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning. The bases will be loaded here. Pitcher's in a bit of a funk here as he had the first 2 batters out pretty quick. Comes set, and the pitch. Swung on and fouled out of play down the right field line, strike 1.
And all Brennan needs to do here is just go right back up the middle. You have the bases loaded. Don't try to do too much. No home run needed. If you can get it back up the middle, at least 2 runs will score, and you'll be right back in this game.
Just get his pitch and drive it somewhere, right? And
definitely.
Pitch.
Just a nice line drive.
Curveball there.
Just a nice line drive, field into the outfield, score
Definitely.
1, maybe 2 runs.
Yeah,
Get
that's exactly what the Falcons need right now.
Get the Falcons tied up in this game.
The 0-2. Oh, wild pitch there, and they're trying to score the run, and he is safe at the plate. 6-5 now is our score here at Solano Community College.
Great aggressive base running. The guy seen that the pitch was high. He took off as soon as it got past the catcher and was able to score with ease.
And all the runners advance now, so we have runners at second and third with 2 outs as Brandon Boatwright comes up to the is still at the plate with a 1-2 count. Looking to drive home those runs after the wild pitch there from the pitcher, Matthew Gunther. And that pitch is taken low for ball 2. So 2-2 count now.
He checked the swing, but did look like he may have crossed that plate, but the umpire overruled, and it's a 2-2 count.
And a situation like that, the catcher can call down to the other umpire, and he chose not to.
Exactly. Should have got assistance on that pitch.
Comes set. And the pitch. Foul down the right field line, out of play there.
And Boatwright is a tad late on that. Look like the fastball is getting a little bit deeper into the zone that he would like it. Might have to choke up a little bit or start a swing a little earlier to see if he can get ahead of the ball.
If I'm Boatwright right now, I'm thinking off-speed pitch. Counts 2-2. Just trying to get that ball in the outfield somehow.
I think that's exactly what he's doing. And the pitch, did he go around? No, he didn't. Ball 3, full count here with 2 outs.
Full count here. Sitting off speed, adjust fastball.
Yeah, you've got to be sitting off speed here as you know you can. And the pitch tipped back into the catcher's glove as that's a strikeout for out number 3 as we are done here in the 7th at Solano Community College. Top of the 8th inning here as we have the same pitcher, Peyton Tyler, coming out for his 3rd inning of work here as we have Zach Belantic coming up to the plate.
Yeah, and Zach, first 2 at-bats, he was 2 for 2 with 2 singles, came around to score in that 3rd inning, also in the 1st. And in the 5th inning, he struck out. So let's see what this guy can do now.
Belantic with the wide open stance and the pitch taken right down the middle. First strike 1.
Great fastball to open up this half inning. Let's see if he can stay in front of the batter.
And that's the first at-bat that I didn't see Zach square around for a bunt.
Swung on a miss for strike 2. 0-2 our count here.
And Zach, he kind of resembles Hunter Pence up there with that wide stance. He chokes up a lot.
Yeah, very much all he needs is a little more pine tar and some signs in the outfield that are making fun of him a little bit.
Definitely, and get that facial hair going.
Well, maybe he does at ARC, but here at Solano.
Time called there by Belantic as Peyton Tyler was not ready to throw the pitch yet, so batter chose to step out. And the pitch. Ball 1, high and outside there.
And Belantic even has his pants hitched up high to his knees like Pence, so maybe that's a guy he looks up to as far as patenting his style behind him.
And the pitch. Swung on and missed on the check swing, strike 3. Nice pitch there from Peyton Tyler.
And the Solano coaches have to be excited with Tyler right now. He's doing some he's been throwing out a great 3 innings for them.
Yeah, he's pitched very good for this 3rd inning, only giving up 2 hits so far.
Definitely, and Tyler seems that at that first batter he was ahead and very aggressive with his pitches there.
Austin Call up to the plate.
It's always good to have a pitcher that you can always rely on when you need him the most.
Ball 1, outside corner there.
RC's bats have been pretty quiet ever since the 3rd inning.
Yeah, they haven't scored a run. Oh, there's a pop-up there in the shortstop. Alvaro Rubicala will get there and make the plays. We have 2 outs here.
The 2nd and 3rd inning is when the RC had their big RBI scoring, and ever since then we haven't really been seeing much.
Yeah, the Falcons have settled in and been able to get 1, 2, 3 innings, and already we are 2 outs, and let's see if they can get 3 up and 3 down going for this top half of the 8th.
And the pitch taken low, ball 1.
And as a pitcher, you never want to be behind the count with a 1-0, 1-0.
strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch there. 1-1 the count.
Definitely, he got that inside corner and ripped it right down.
And the pitch. Big curveball. Didn't curve enough, though. 2-1's our count here.
That curveball went a little away from Tyler there. I'm sure he went a little bit lower.
Yeah, needs to get on top of that curveball a little more, drive it down into the zone a little more. Kicks and fires, swung on, strike 2, 2-2.
Well, that's what fall ball is all about, is learning about your pitches, learning how they feel, see what kind of batters like what pitches and what pitches they don't like.
Steps
Definitely.
up to the plate, kicks, taken, ball 3 now, low in the dirt. As that ball got past our catcher, Andres Quinata, bringing the count full here, 3-2 with 2 outs.
Well, let's see what pitch Tyler decides to bring here. He's full count to the batter and see if he can get him to chase something or hit one of the corners here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see fastball because every time Tyler has a
Swung on, grounded to the shortstop. Rupakala throws over to first base to Bo Siegel. Out. This is a runner, tried to head slide first, and he was out by a mile there. And we're done here in the heading into the bottom of the 8th. Back here at Billy Louise in Yearbro Stadium here, bottom of the 8th, 6-5 our score here. Joey Dodson, the leadoff hitter, to lead us off here, bottom of the 8th.
Okay, we're at the top of the order now, and with the Falcons down by a run, let's see what they can do with this half inning and if they can get a rally going, starting off with Dotson here.
As the pitcher, Matthew Gunther, out there again, kicks and fires, fouled away down the right field line for strike 1.
And nice inside fastball by Gunther. It seems like he's trying to get ahead of the batters and stay aggressive with the first pitch fastball.
Kicks and fires, swung on and missed, strike 2, high fastball there.
seems as Gunther likes to do a down the middle fastball almost and then come in with a high fastball, and then after that he throws a little off speed if he has 0-2.
And the pitch. Fastball there down in the dirt. Ball 1. Good waste pitch there.
Gunther didn't look too happy about that off-speed pitch there. See him coming back with another fastball low and inside.
Comes set. Gets a sign from his catcher. Kicks. And that's swung on and hit in the left center field gap and for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting there by Joey Dodson.
Definitely. He was able to get that bat in the zone very quickly and hit it into that left center gap.
That was a great job by Donson, reading that inside fastball and taking it to left field. It's getting something started for these Solano Falcons.
It's been a real bright spot for them today, going 2 for 4 so far after that base hit, with a walk also. As our shortstop Alvaro Rubicaba comes up to the plate, showing bunt, throws over to first. Nothing going on there, gets back easily.
And Rubicala, he's squared around the bunt.
Taken there. Thought that was a little outside, but the umpire calls it a strike. There's strike 1. Gets a sign there from his coach. Back in the batter's box. Pitcher gives a look over to first. Still showing bunt, kicks, fires, and he's running. And he is out, trying to steal second.
And that's the second time today Solano tried to steal a base and they got thrown out.
It's a nice throw there by their catcher. Matt Elliott with a nice throw down there to get the runner out. 1-1 our count here. To Rufo Arbacara. And that is in the dirt.
And it seems like Dawson was trying to be aggressive on the base pass, but there he should have let the guy, Rubicala, been able to see what he can do with his at-bat. Now there's no runners on bases and 1 out.
2-1 count. I see Gunther coming fastball outside.
Pitch. Swung on and taken. Ball 3. 3-1 now. Well, Rubicala is definitely sitting in a good spot. 3-1 here. He's going to take a pitch if he wants to. Ball 4 up and inside, so the Falcons will have a runner on first base here with 1 out as Bo Siegel steps up to the plate.
Let's see if Bo can get going here. He's 0 for 3 for the day. Did have a sacrifice fly back in the 4th inning.
Yeah, he was able to reach on an error last inning also, but nothing going on after that. Runner on first here, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Throws over to first base, gets back easily, nothing going on there.
And let's see if the Falcons are going to try to stay aggressive on the base paths. They then had 2 runners throughout or caught stealing, trying to advance to second.
Rubicala already has a stolen base today. Fastball right down the middle, strike 1 to Bo.
I can see Gunther going again with a fastball up high like he has been. Maybe next time he'll throw it low.
Fastball has been his go-to pitch so far. Comes set. And the pitch hit to left field, a little bloop hit it, and that's going to drop down for a base hit. Runners at first and second here with 1 out for the Solano Falcons.
That was good positional hitting by Bo Siegel. First time he's reached base safely.
And now the 4th hitter, Jacob Pawlowski, comes up to the plate. The big boy, 6'6", as he has had not too much luck on the plate today. Had a base hit in the 1st inning, but nothing going since. Threw out to the center fielder in his last at-bat.
Pawlowski, I can see start hitting right here.
Takes the ball low for ball 1.
Gain a
1-0 count.
Getting the Solano Falcons into a winning situation here with a runner on second. He does have that ability to change a game.
With one swing of the bat, yes. He's a big kid, 6'6", 235, 240.
Yeah, big guy, a lot of power. Takes a fastball in the inside corner for strike 1 to even up the count at 1-1.
1-on-1 pitch. I see Gunther throwing a fastball inside again.
Yeah, fastball inside's really been working for him so far. Been jamming a couple hitters, but it's like the last batter got a nice bloop hit. Ball 2, high to Jacob Pawlowski.
And as we talked about earlier, you know, he's in a hitter's count right now, 2-on-1, has runners at first and second. So let's see if he can drive something back up the middle and get this game tied up.
Especially in the bottom of the 8th inning, in a 6-5 game, a run would tie this game up. Be a very good thing here for the Falcons. Kicks, fires, taken low for ball 3, 3-1 our count. Pawlowski's sitting in the driver's seat.
Definitely, and we need the Falcons base runners to understand what the situation is. Don't get throughout trying to steal a base when you got your biggest hitter up to the plate.
3-1, I don't see the Falcons even trying to steal here.
And the pitch. Swung on and missed. 3-2 a count now. Nice high fastball there.
Yeah, it seemed like Jake was a little early on that pitch. If he could stay and let the ball come into the zone a little bit, maybe he can get a nice base hit somewhere.
Yeah.
Galsa here is 3-2 in the count. I can expect fastball low.
Fouls that fastball back, and the catcher has a play, but it will get out of play there.
Surprised Gunther went with a high fastball there, with Roblowski being so big and strong, being able to make that ball go out deep.
Yeah, Pawlowski's got a lot of power, high fastball. Could, if he gets his ropes on it, could be easy to hit for him to find that gap there out in left center. And the pitch. Swung on, popped up to the second baseman. Steven Mercado there and makes the catch. 2 outs.
Infield fly called by the home base umpire there too.
That was a wasted opportunity by the Falcons. You got runners on first and second with less than 2 outs, and your biggest hitter pops up to the second baseman.
Pinch hitter here for Jesse Phipps, as it is Nate Bills coming in to get his first at bat. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Comes set, and the pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner there to Bills.
Solano coaches are probably realizing that they're behind in the game and they want to get a righty against a lefty here. tie this game up, or at least maybe take the lead.
And you know, the umpire zone is a little bit wider, so the Falcon hitters got to be aware of that and protect the outside corner of the plate.
I think we have
pitch. Taken low on a good curveball there. Ball 1-1-1.
I think we have a new umpire too. They're changing out.
Recalling for the sign and calls his timeout there. The pitcher was not getting a sign properly from the catcher here from American River, Matt Elliott. Steps back in the box here.
Solano needs to get the bats waking up right here.
The 0-2 taken up and outside for ball 1. 1-2 our count here to Bills.
As Bill steps out to get the sign, let's see if he can take it to the opposite way. There's a huge gap between the center and right fielder.
Also a huge gap between the first and second baseman too. If he can drive it right in there. Swung on, taken to right field. The right fielder's there to make the play. As the Falcons are out at the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the 9th inning here at Billy and Louise Yarbrough Stadium. As we have a new pitcher here for the Solano Falcons, it's Xavier Alvarez, the freshman out of Vaca High.
Yeah, he's 5'11", 150, and Coach Stover is trying to get a lot of work to see what he will have for this upcoming season. So let's see what Alvarez can bring to the table in this top half of the 9th inning.
Pitching from the stretch exclusively, looks like. Kicks. Fastball taken high for ball 1 to Brandon Raposa. 1-0 our count here. Pitcher comes set. Kicks. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1.
And Raposa is 1 for 3 today. He did have a single back in the 4th inning.
Won't be surprised here. Raposa sits on fastball because that's what's been working for Alvarez so far.
This fastball's really been thrown nice and hard here. Good slider there. Just a bit outside, though, for the 2-1 count now.
It's a nice looking slider. You saw it break halfway through, though.
Just broke a little too far on the outside part of that plate.
Oh, yeah. I would have leaned it in a little bit more.
Comes set. And the pitch. Swung on and missed for 2-2.
Nice fastball on the outside corner there.
Yeah, good pitch. That's a hard pitch to hit. You really got to hit that in between the hole between the first and second base if you really want to hit that pitch there.
See if Alvarez throws that slider again.
Alvarez comes set. Kicks. Big curveball there, just a bit high, maybe a little bit outside, bringing our count to 3-2 here.
Curveball, slider, something dangerous to see. As far as Alvarez is throwing that earlier instead of getting that fastball down.
Yeah, and Xavier would think would want to come back with the fastball. That's been his bread and butter pitch. See if he can get it across for a strike.
And the pitch. Fastball fouled out of play. 3-2 remains our count here. Good piece of hitting there to stay alive there on a tough pitch, really.
Definitely.
If I'm batting right now for ARC, I'm sitting on that slider because that seems like Alvarez's favorite pitch.
Yeah, it's a good one, too. It's a very good slider there. Comes set. Kicks. Fastball taken high, ball 4 as the Beavers have a leadoff walk.
And that's what Stover did not want to see. He didn't want to see Alvarez coming in at the top half of this inning and getting a leadoff walk. You're down a run and you want to try to keep the bases clear and get 3 up and 3 down to get back and keep the deficit at a run. So let's see if he can wiggle his way out of this early.
Alvarez, we should be seeing some low inside or outside fastballs so they can get a nice double play ball here.
Matt Elliott comes to the plate. 0 for 3 so far today with the strikeout, a fielder's choice, and a pop-up. And that ball is hit high, and it is going to just get out of play as Thought that our third baseman here, Garland Webster, was almost going to have a play on that there.
Yeah, got over here to the right-hand side of the Solano dugout, right over the twin buildings over there, sitting between the batting cages and the dugout.
0-1 our count here. Runner on first, nobody out. Top of the 9th inning.
See Alvarez here go again for another fastball.
I'd be surprised if he didn't. Comes set, kicks, fires, big curveball right in there. Nice pitch there from
Nice curveball.
Xavier Alvarez there.
Yeah, it was a nice 12-6 break. And you probably want to focus in on this guy and record your first out of the top of the 9th.
Especially with an 0-2 count, give him something out of the zone, try to make him chase a bad pitch.
Definitely.
Here. Comes set. Kicks, fires. Fastball fouled up just behind us. Out of play.
And
remains 0-2.
Alvarez here will probably come back with the slider, even though it's a lefty, just to get him some work with it.
And again, he's ahead 0-2 in the count. He don't have to give the hitter nothing to hit. Hopefully he could throw a pitch where he could chase it.
Alvarez steps off the mound there to wipe the sweat off of his face. Think about this next pitch a little bit, as it is a crucial pitch here. 0-2, no outs.
You're 0-2, go for a fastball, surprise him. You show he's behind on it.
He's probably sitting off speed pitch here. Kicks, fires, fastball high, strikes him out. Strike 3 there for Xavier Alvarez. And that is 1 out here.
And just what I alluded to, you go out the zone when you ahead of the count 0-2. Nice fastball high and inside. And the ball actually rolls into the batter where he couldn't hit it. If he would got a piece of that ball, probably would have dribbled it off his foot.
That fastball got all the way a little bit from Alvarez there, but I'm not surprised that it was a fastball.
John Ariola steps up to the plate. 1 for 4 so far with the base hit in the 3rd inning. Big curveballs. The runner's running, throws down to second, and he's out. A nice throw there by Andres Quinata to get him out.
Andres Panada, nice gun down there. Nice holes.
Big kid out of Venezuela. He's got a very good arm. We've seen him throw out a couple of runners so far today.
That's his second runner throwing out today.
Definitely seemed like he's adjusted well here in the States, and he's going to be a factor for the Falcons come this fall ball year.
2 outs, 1 strike here to John Ariola.
That's something you always like, too, when you have a good catcher that can throw someone out as a pitcher.
Comes set. Kicks, fires. Strike 2, I believe. Yes, strike 2 there. An outside fastball.
Definitely. As I alluded to earlier, it seemed like the umpire strike zone is a little wide, but as long as he stays consistent, that's all you can ask for, right, fellas?
He's got a big, wide strike zone for a nice fall ball game here where the rules aren't too tight. Kicks, fires, fouled away. And the first baseman there. And no one can get to it. There's 3 Falcons in the area.
But what an athletic move by the pitcher, Xavier Alvarez. The guy left his position and got all the way to the right side of first base to make a play on that ball. Kind of overran it a little bit, but nice effort by Alvarez.
Yeah, he was the first one there. Usually don't see that hustle from pitchers. I'm sure that's a good thing that coach would like to see.
Definitely. And here he is ahead 0-2 in the count. Let's see if he can get this guy out of here.
In fall ball, you do want to see your batters swing the bat more, because that's probably why the umpire has a wider strike zone this game.
Pitch. Swung on, taken. Ball 1. High fastball there from Alvarez to John Ariola.
And nice waist pitch by Alvarez. You're ahead 0-2 in the count. You want to try to get the guy to chase high or low. Nice eye by the batter there for ARC.
Definitely a good waist pitch there. It's not a bad pitch. It's a hard pitch to hang off a high fastball there. Fastball right down the middle. Strike 3 looking there from John Ariola as Xavier Alvarez has 2 strikeouts in the inning, and we head to the bottom of the 9th. Hello, everybody. Bottom of the 9th here. as we have a 6-5 score. American River leading as we have a new pitcher here for American River. It is Kyle Beardsley. Kicks, fires, fastball hit on the ground to the first baseman and eats him up there. And he still manages to get the out there. And good job there by the first baseman not let that get away from him.
And that's the first time today we've seen Brandon swing first pitch as the bats.
Yeah, it didn't have the wheels that Joey Dawson or Reba Collar would have had. Maybe them guys would have beat it out.
Let's not forget about that Solano alumni game that is coming in October 4th.
Should be a good game. I know we will all be there broadcasting that game.
Definitely, and all the alumni and current athletic students here at Solano, come out and support your team and enjoy the festivities. It's going to be a great game.
Garland Webster up, takes ball 1, 1-0 our count. Takes a fastball high. Looks like a good pitch there, but 2-0 is our count now.
And Garland Webster did have a single back in the 5th inning, so let's see if he could get aboard to beat a time run.
He also had a base in the 7th inning, but this one's popped up to the shortstop. Cameron Bennett there to make the play. 2 outs here, bottom of the 9th inning.
2 up and 2 down. That is something you do not want in the 9th inning for your team behind 1 run.
But as this is fall ball, fellas, the game is going to be played as of 2 games. It's going to be 18 innings, so this is necessarily not the last half inning for the Falcons.
But it will be the last half for us, though. Squaring around a bunt.
Definitely.
And takes the ball, ball 1.
We'll be moving our broadcast team to the volleyball game, as we have a volleyball game to cover in the next hour or so. So we also have a doubleheader going ourselves, huh, fellas?
Yeah. Beardsley is doing a great job for our ARC here. He's trying to get the win.
Neskowicz fouled that last pitch off to the third baseline. 1-1 our count here. Alex Neskowicz takes ball 2 to make the count 2-1.
2-1 for Neskowicz, and if he can get himself on base, you have Andres Quinata coming up behind him.
Swung on it, or not swung on it, taken. 3-1 our count.
3-1 the count. You want to sit on that fastball, maybe adjust to the off speed.
And this is a hitter's count, so you don't want to be too aggressive. Let the ball come into the zone and get the bat through there.
Hit down the third baseline, just foul there by Neskowicz.
With 2 outs in the 9th inning, all you want to do is just get on base so your teammate can move you around.
Seems like he was a little in front of that pitch there. He pulled it down the third baseline.
And with the 3-2 count, Kyle Beardsley comes set. Hit. Oh, what a play there by the third baseman. Austin Call with a great play to end our broadcast here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We're signing out here. Have a great day.